PowerShell basics, task number 3. So we have to start the machine, also start the attack box. And let's see. Let's minimize this. And before continuing on our PowerShell journey, let's connect to our lab environment press. All right, so basically it will say here how to connect to the lab. I will also have to mention here the fact that you can connect to their machines via VPN as well. I have a video on this channel from start to finish how to use their VPN and connect to that. So for this one, you just hit start the machine and then start the attack box. This one is the vulnerable machine, and this one is the virtual machine that you can use from TryHackMe, but you have to pay a subscription for that one. You can follow the steps below to connect to the target virtual machine via SSH using the Remina client. Click on Applications, Remina. Alright, so basically it says here how to use Remina via how to use Remina with SSH. We still have to wait a bit. The target machine is already up, but we have to wait their virtual machine to load. Launching PowerShell. PowerShell can be launched in several ways, depending on your needs and environment. If you are working on a Windows system from the graphical interface, these are some of the possible ways to launch it. From the Start menu, you just type PowerShell. In the Windows Start menu search bar, then click on Windows PowerShell or PowerShell from the results. Or run dialog. Press Windows plus R, Win plus R keys to open, then run. So by pressing Windows R, you open the run dialog and then type there PowerShell and you hit enter. Let's open, actually, we'll go like this, Remina. That's one, the graphic one, no? To internet, all right. We go for Remina. Click on cancel. Oh, so we can cancel that. All right, perfect. So we click on SSH. Here I see we introduce just the IP of the vulnerable machine. All right, let's type it then, 10.10.22.183. And I guess then we'll hit enter. And here we go for captain. This is so strange because captain and then Jolly Roger hashtag. Don't save password. Perfect, we are inside the Windows. So the second option, as we read already, you just press Windows plus R and then run dialog will appear and type this. Type PowerShell file explorer, which means that you will launch it via the directories. Navigate to any folder, then type PowerShell in the address bar and press enter. This opens PowerShell in that specific directory. Actually, let me see if I type here PowerShell. Alright, Windows PowerShell install it. Yeah, I think actually we just we opened PowerShell via this command. Task manager. Open task manager, go to file, run new task, then type PowerShell and then press enter. Alternative PowerShell can be launched from the command prompt cmd.exe by typing PowerShell and pressing enter. That's basically what we did here. In our case, where we only have access to the target virtual machine's command prompt, this is the method we'll use. Yes, exactly. So what we did, after PowerShell was launched, we're presented with PS, which stands from PowerShell prompt in the current working directory. Basic syntax, non-verb noun. As previously mentioned, PowerShell commands are known as cmd-lets, pronounced cmd-lets. They are much more powerful than the traditional Windows commands and allow for more advanced data manipulation. CMD-lets follow a consistent verb-noun naming convention. This structure makes it easy to understand what each CMD-let does. The verb describes the action and the noun specifies the object on which action is performed. For example, get content gets the content of a file and displays it in the console. Set location sets the current working directory. Basic CMD lets. To list all available CMD let functions, aliases, and scripts that can be executed in the current PowerShell session, we can use get command. It's an essential tool for discovering what commands one can use. Get command. As you can see, that's crazy. We can use a lot of... Look at this. You can see over here CMD let and then the commands that we can use. This is crazy. We can use a ton of commands. For each command info object retrieved by the CMD let, some essential information, properties, is displayed on the console. It's possible to filter the list of commands based on displayed properties value. For example, if you want to display only the available commands of type function, we can use an hyphen, let's use that, hyphen command type function inside double quotes. Command type, what's wrong here? Of course, as you can see. So we needed this one first. Okay, so we will learn more efficient ways of filtering output from CMD lets in the upcoming tasks. Another essential CMD let to keep in our tool belt is get help. It provides detailed information about CMD lets, including usage parameters and examples. It's the go-to CMD let for learning how to use PowerShell commands. Command type. Let's try that. What if I say get help and I only use this one? Command type. All right, not working, but if I use date, let's say, as in, oh yeah, easily displayed. Also with the syntax, full syntax, synopsis, what it is, the name, the description, pretty awesome. And then extra remarks, pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Exactly what we saw. As shown in the results above, get help informs us that we can retrieve other useful information about the CMD let by appending some options to the basic syntax. For example, by appending hyphen examples to the command displayed above, we will be shown a list of common ways in which the chosen CMD let can be used. Let me see. Examples. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. All right, just hyphen examples. Okay, to make the transition easier for IT professionals, PowerShell includes an alias, which are shortcuts or alternative names for CMD lets for many traditional Windows commands. Indispensable for users already familiar with other command line tools, get alias, get alias lists all aliases available. For example, there is an alias for get child ID, and cd is the alias for set location. Yeah, and here we can see everything. Actually, set location for cd, the example that we read. Where to find and download CMD lets. Another powerful feature of PowerShell is the possibility of extending its functionality by downloading additional CMD lets from online repositories. Please note that the CMD lets listed in the section require a working internet connection to query online repositories. The attached machine doesn't have access to the internet, therefore these commands won't work in this environment. To search for modules collection, actually if you use the VPN you can download You can use, for instance, I don't know, this one, find module, and then yeah, we'll go to that. To search for modules, collect collections of CMDLets in online repos like the PowerShell gallery, we can use find module. I don't think this one should not work because we need internet for this one, right? Yeah. Sometimes if we don't know the exact name of the module, it can be useful to search for modules with a similar name. We can archive this. We can achieve this by filtering the name property and appending a wildcard, like we did, to the module's partial name using the following standard PowerShell syntax: cmd-led and hyphen property inside double quotes pattern with a asterisk. Basically, find module hyphen name PowerShell everything. Give me everything with PowerShell. And you can see over here PowerShell hyphen YAML, PowerShell get, PowerShell module, PowerShell, so on. Once identified, the module can be downloaded and installed from the repository with install and module, making new CMDLets combined in the module available for use. Install module hyphen name PowerShell get. Alright, and then you go through the process. With the essential tools in our belt, we can now start exploring PowerShell's capabilities. Answer the questions below. How would you retrieve a list of commands that starts with the verb remove? For the sake of this question, avoid the use of quotes or in your answer. How would you retrieve a list of commands that starts with remove? Will this one get command type like this? We'll copy this. I'll paste it here. Command. Command. Ah, okay. So I see that this one is to remove. What's the other one? What's the other one? Comment. It's hyphen name and then remove. Oh, it's inside. Actually, no. Let me see if this will work. All right, so one will retrieve a list of commands that starts with a verb remove. So basically, get command hyphen name everything with remove. All right. What CMD-let has its traditional component echo. Okay, let's see. Echo, write output. Boom. What is the command to retrieve some example using for the CMD-let's new local user? So what is the command? Some example. All right, so let's see. Let's see. We'll go like this. New local user. Yeah, that's exactly it. So this one, get help, new local user, and then here hyphen examples. That's it.